Hello, I am Coach Irene. I have been teaching English language for more than 5 years. In this lesson, I'm going to be teaching you the meaning of adjectives, the two types of adjectives, the ed and the ing adjectives, the comparative and superlative forms, the order of adjectives, and how to use adjectives correctly. Let's jump right in. Welcome to Level Up with Coach Irene. What is an adjective? An adjective is a word that describes or modifies a noun or pronoun, providing more information about its quality or characteristics. Adjectives help to make language more specific by adding details about what kind, which one, how many, or how much. Let's look at an example sentence. The big red old car sped down the road. I'd like you to take note of the word car. Can you tell me which adjective modify the noun car? Of course, big, red, old. These adjectives answer the question what kind, which one, how many, how much. In this sentence, the adjectives appeared before the noun. You should also know that the adjectives can also appear after the noun. For example, the cake was delicious, moist, and fluffy. Notice that we used the linking verb was to connect the noun and the adjectives. To proceed, let's talk about the two types of adjectives in English. There are two main types of adjectives in English. They include descriptive adjectives and determinants. We will begin with descriptive adjectives. In English, there are a lot of descriptive adjectives. Some of them are formed from nouns, verbs, and even other adjectives. Let's look at an area where students commonly make mistakes. Adjectives formed from verbs using the ending ing and ed. Take a look at this table. The adjective interesting and interested are formed from the word interest, inciting and incited from the verb incite, tiring and tired from the verb tire. The difference between ing adjective and ed adjective is that ing adjective show cause or reason, whilst ed adjective show effect or result. For example, the concert was so inciting that everyone in the audience felt excited. In this sentence, the concert was inciting was the reason or cause, and excited was the result or effect. To proceed, we will be looking at comparative and superlative adjectives. Comparative and superlative adjectives are used to compare differences between objects, people, or things. Whilst comparative adjectives are used to compare two things, showing that one has more or less of a quantity than the other, superlative adjectives are used to compare three or more things, showing that one has the most or least of a quality. Examples we have tall, taller for comparative. For superlative, we have tall, tallest. For example, John is taller than Mac. For superlative, we have John is the tallest in the class. This table will help you to understand how to compare when using comparatives and superlatives. When using comparative, you should use more or less plus adjective plus than, or as plus adjective plus as. Whilst when using superlatives, you should use most or least plus adjective. Let us look at some examples. The blue painting is more beautiful than the red one in the gallery. The red painting is less beautiful than the blue one in the gallery. The blue painting is as beautiful as the red one in the gallery. For superlative, we have example sentences like, the blue painting is the most beautiful one in the gallery. The red painting is the least beautiful one in the gallery. I believe with these examples, you can see that comparative compares two things, whilst superlative compares three or more things, showing the highest or lowest degree. Note that with some other comparative and superlative adjectives, you add er or est. Examples we have short, shorter, shortest, fast, faster, fastest, slow, slower, slowest, big, bigger, biggest, small, smaller, smallest, young, younger, youngest, old, older, oldest, strong, stronger, strongest, bright, brighter, brightest. We also have irregular adjectives. They do not follow the standard rules for forming comparatives and superlatives by adding er, est, or using more or most. Instead, they have unique forms. They include good, better, best, bad, worse, worst, much, more, most. For example, you don't say the weather today is better than it was yesterday, or the weather today is more bad than it was yesterday. These sentences are wrong. It should be the weather today is worse than it was yesterday. You can see that irregular adjectives are adjectives you need to master. That is why they are called irregular. It is important to remember them because they do not follow typical patterns of formation for comparatives and superlatives. These are areas where students commonly make mistakes. For superlative sentence, you can say, the weather today is the worst we've experienced this week. To proceed in this lesson, we will be looking at order of adjectives. The order of adjectives in English generally follows a specific pattern when multiple adjectives are used to describe a noun. Here are the order of how adjectives should be used before a noun in a sentence. Number 1, determiner or quantity. It can also be referred to as number. Examples: two, several, many. Number 2, opinion. Examples: beautiful, ugly, interesting. Number 3, size. Examples: small, large, tiny. Number 4, age. Examples we have old, young, new. Number 5, shape. Examples: round, square, flat. Number 6, color. Examples we have red, blue, green. Number 7, origin. Examples: American, French, Italian. Number 8, material. Examples include wooden, metal, or cotton. Number 9, purpose. Examples: cooking, sleeping, writing. Let's look at an example together. I would like you to fill in the blank spaces with the right order of adjectives. Thereafter, we will look at it together. You can pause the video to give it a try. Alright, to begin, we have 5, as it refers to quantity. The next is cute, as it refers to opinion. the speaker's subjective view of the desk. Next, we have little, as it describes size. Next, old, as it indicates age. The desk is old. Next, we have rectangular, as it refers to shape. Next, we have green, referring to color. Next, Brazilian, referring to origin. Next, leather, referring to material. Lastly, writing, referring to purpose. It explains that the desk is used for writing. They found 5 cute little old rectangular green Brazilian leather writing desks. In each sentence, the adjectives follow the proper order to sound natural and coherent. While it's rare to use all of these categories in one sentence, this order helps make descriptions sound natural. Note, there is no strict rule about the maximum number of adjectives you can use before a noun. However, it is advisable to use 3 to 4 adjectives. These numbers are the most that can be used without making the sentence sound awkward or overly complex. The goal is to describe the noun clearly and concisely without overwhelming the reader or listener. When you use too many adjectives, it can make the sentence harder to follow and less natural. It's best to prioritize the most important adjectives. You can use 2, 3, at most 4 adjectives in your everyday speech or writing. It's important you keep clarity in mind. For example, my mother has a beautiful old wooden chair. In this sentence, the adjectives include beautiful, old, wooden before the noun chair. Another example would be, he bought a large round table. The adjectives include large, round. Lastly, Mary wore an elegant long blue silk dress. The adjectives include elegant, long, blue, silk before the noun dress. If you observe, in these sentences, the adjectives help describe the nouns clearly without overwhelming the reader. To proceed in this lesson, we will be talking about determinant adjectives. They are words that provide specific information about a noun, often indicating quantity, possession, or definiteness. They precede descriptive adjective in a noun phrase. They include articles, demonstratives, possessives, quantifiers, interrogatives, distributives, numbers. These determinants always precede adjectives in a noun phrase. Let us look at them one after the other. Articles. They are words that define a noun as specific or unspecific. There are 2 types of articles. They include definite articles and indefinite articles. Definite article refers to a specific noun that is known to both the speaker and the listener. For example, the baby is crying. The refers to a specific baby that both people know about. The is a definite article. Whilst indefinite articles refers to a non-specific noun, which include a and an. The choice between a and an depends on whether the next word starts with a consonant or vowel sound. A is used before words that begin with a consonant sound. Example, I saw a cat in the garden. A refers to any cat, not a specific one. An is used before words that begin with a vowel sound. Example, Mary ate an apple for breakfast. An refers to any apple, not a specific one. The difference between definite and indefinite article is that definite article D is used to refer to something specific that is known to both the speaker and the listener, whilst indefinite articles a and an are used to refer to something that is non-specific or not previously mentioned. If you wish to know more about the rules guiding the use of a or an, do well to check the description box where I put the link of the video I made about 5 rules guiding the use of a and an. Moving forward, let's look at demonstrative adjectives. They are sometimes referred to as demonstrative determinants. They are used to point out specific nouns. They include this, that, these, those. This and that are singular, while these and those are plural. Example, this is my book. I love that house across the street. These books are my mother's. Those shoes over there belong to my sister. These demonstrative adjectives help specify the proximity and quantity of the noun they describe. Number 3, possessive determinants. They are also known as possessive adjectives. They show ownership or possession of a noun. They are used to indicate who something belongs to. They include my, first person singular, your, second person singular or plural, his, third person singular, masculine, her, third person singular, feminine, its, third person singular, neutral, are, first person singular, their, third person singular. Examples: this is my house. My here shows that the house belongs to the speaker. Is this your pencil? Your here indicates that the pen belongs to the person being spoken to. His car is parked outside. His shows that the car belongs to a male person. Her dog is very friendly. The cat is chasing its tail. It refers to the tail that belongs to the cat. Our car is near the park. I saw their children at the restaurant. Possessive determinants always come before a noun and show ownership of something that belongs to someone or something. Number 4, quantifiers. They are words or phrases that provide information about the quantity of a noun. They help indicate how much or how many of something there is. Quantifiers can be countable or uncountable. They include many, few, a few, several, a couple of, each, every, both. These quantifiers are used for nouns that can be counted. For example, books, apples. Example sentence we have, there are many people at the party. We also have uncountable quantifiers. They include much, little, a bit of, a great deal of. They are used for nouns that cannot be counted individually. For example, water, sugar, information. Example sentence we have, there isn't much water left in the bottle. Thirdly, there are quantifiers that can be used for both countable and uncountable noun. They include some, any, a lot of, plenty of, enough, all, most. Example sentence we have, I have some friends in New York. She needs some advice. Quantifiers give information about the quantity or amount of a noun. They help to specify how much or how many of something that is being referred to. Note that the choice of quantifier depends on whether the noun is countable or uncountable. Number 5, interrogative determinants. They are also known as interrogative adjectives. They are used to ask questions about nouns. They modify nouns by specifying which one or which kind is being referred to, often in question form. The primary interrogative determinants in English are which, what, and whose. Which is used to ask about a specific choice or selection. For example, which book do you want to read? What is used to ask for information about a thing or a specific type of noun. For example, what color do you prefer? Whose is used to ask about ownership or possession. For example, whose shirt is this? Interrogative determinants modify nouns to ask questions about specific items, colors, or ownership. They help to specify the information be requested in a clear and direct manner. Number 6, distributive determinants. They are used to refer to individual items or members within a group. They help to specify how something is distributed among the members of that group. The main distributive determinants include each, every, either, neither, both. For example, each child received a gift at the party. Every employee is required to attend the meeting. You can take either the bus or the train. Neither of the roads leads to the city. Both teams played well in the tournament. Distributive determinants help to indicate how individual members of a group are treated or considered, whether it's addressing each member or members, or selecting from a limited set of options. They provide clarity in referring to individual elements within a larger context. Number 7, and the last one for today, number determinants. They specify the quantity of a noun and can indicate exact amount or specific order. They can be classified into cardinal numbers or ordinal numbers. Cardinal numbers indicates how many of something there are. They answer the question how many. Examples 1, 2, 3, 1,000, 2,000. Examples: I have 3 apples. She bought 7 books. Let us look at ordinal numbers. These indicate the position or order of something in a list. They answer the question, which one? Examples: first, second, 14th, 20th. Examples: he finished in the first place. This is my 4th time visiting this city. Number determinants provide specific information about the quantity or order of nouns. They help clarify how many items are being referred to or their position within a sequence, making communication more precise. Way to go! We have come to the end of this lesson. I trust that you got value. Do well to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our exquisite channel. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.